Hello, 652 subscribers. You're watching Chillmonger. And I will not be reading a whole bunch of these books because when I say something, I mean it. This is how Marvel lost me. King in Black tie in with Venom. I will read like the first Venom tie in, but for the most part, why ever get invested in tie ins? They've lost me there. Same reason for Captain America. The actual King in Black, yes, I will be reading it, especially with my boys, all these X Men. Look at these X Men. He's probably the weakest, but my favorite amongst here. Then we got the King of Black Marauders. I can't believe Marauders is getting a tie-in. Written by Jerry Duggan. Still gonna pass. The Black Panther tie-in? Yes. Just because he's black. And this is an anti-white supremacy channel. This is how we tell Marvel to create more black by buying the books. Symbiote Spider-Man King in Black? Not that kind of black. Gwen vs. Carnage, I will pass. I will pass. The King of Black Namor, like I said, I don't think it'll be important. Anything with King in Black that's not actually King in Black, shouldn't consider it valid or canon. The Planet of the Symbiotes, yeah, I'm sure that takes place in canon, but I mean, who's ever gonna continue that because it's a tie-in? Same with the Thunderbolts. Even if though Matthew Rosenberg is writing it and is a guy who I like, I will pass on that. The Black Cat #3, yeah, you don't just get to renumber things. This is actually going to be issue 15. Pass. Daredevil, maybe. I'm thinking about getting on this because Rod told me to do it. King in Black Return of the Valkyries, you already know. Savage Avengers. Now, this feels like it takes place outside of the 616 that I've been reading. I don't think her and him are going to be written the same way. Now, Jerry Duggan is writing Marauders, isn't he? Interesting. I'll still pass on that just because nothing that's ever happened in Savage Avengers has ever leaked into my other books. It's got to feel like it's happening in Marvel. Miles Morales Spider-Man. While I am for black characters, I'm not for the reskinning of black characters, so I really never got behind Miles Morales. He's just Spider-Man, even calls himself Spider-Man. I want to send the message that you should do the Black Panther route of black characters and not that way. Sword. Now here we got a black character since I'm talking about black. The reason I can't pick it up is because they're going straight into a tie-in. Like I picked up issue #1, but then issue 2 was a tie-in to King in Black, and I said, oh, well, how significant is this series if the second issue you're going into tie-in mode? Pass. The FF, maybe. Beautiful cover by Mark Brooks. Mech Strike, I'm sure this takes place outside of the 616, regardless of how good the artwork is. Facsimile. This right here. You just canceled the Morbius book you had going. No. Black Knight Facsimile. Eternals #2. No, because of what they tried to do in that first issue where there's 30 different variants. You just want my money and you're being sneaky about it. And I don't want to encourage that. Plus, they're the Eternals, and when have they ever mattered? It's a no from me. It's a no from me. X-Men Legends. They're saying while they sell this book that the X-Men writers return to classic eras of mutant superheroes in an all-new in-continuity stories set during their fan-favorite runs. The thing is, you remember when Ed Brubaker did X-Men Deadly Genesis. Now, he didn't call it X-Men Legends. He gave it an actual name. Because this story happened in continuity and it would be built on with Vulcan in the whole Shi'ar Empire stuff, okay? If they would have named it something other than Legends, fine. But because they're calling it Legends, it's like they're selling it on nostalgia and history, not the actual story that's going to take place. Therefore, I see what it is for what it is, and I will pass on X-Men Legends. And if it really does happen in continuity, and, you know, the new X-Men books that Jonathan Hickman is doing are going to pick up and follow up on the stories that were written years ago, like maybe there's a mysterious Summers brother. Or maybe they'll make Gambit a Summers brother, for all we know. If they do that, I will be wrong, but I doubt it. But yeah, they're not getting my money there. Create new mutants, not the old guys. Iron Fist never got behind him, and I know Marvel's not behind him either. So I will pass on that book. And not another Spider-Man book, because the only one that matters is ASM. Immortal Hulk, possibly. Depends. Depends how I like the Thing versus Hulk issue. Maestro, that's a no from me. And X-Force almost had me. I think it's a funny shirt that he had on there. And then I read, Death gives Quentin Quire a new lease on life. Long live Quentin Quire. Okay, we're making a joke out of Death. death is not final, so what's the point of death? You might as well just not have the deaths happen at all. I think I'm dropping X-Force. Game time decision, we'll see. New Mutants, I'm not behind. X Factor, no. Wolverine, maybe. These Wolverine and X-Force, I'll give them game time decisions because I have been enjoying them. It's just I don't want to pick up something that talks about death. Beautiful cover by Hellions. Cover within a cover within a cover. But I'll pass on it. X-Men, I will pick this up. Continuation of a story that they started with Children of the Vault. Marauders is a no, they lost me. Excalibur is a no. Look, they're mourning a death. Like, in one page in X-Force, we saw death is a joke and Quentin Quire's back. And then here it's the death of Betsy Braddock. That's a no. This young Cable, why invest in a character who won't last? Because the old Cable will return, because Marvel has a history of going back to the status quo. It's a no from me. I'm not even sure what this is. ASM, possibly. I like this guy from the video game where I was first introduced to him, so maybe I'll be looking at Mr. Negative. This Mark Bagley cover looks like Mark Bagley art. That's a maybe, I don't know. Depends how much I like this issue. So then we go to Iron Man, who's getting a no from me. Spider-Woman gets a no because she's not Spider-Man. Avengers gets a no from me. They've lost me with this. Black Panther, I'll pick that up. Let me finish up the series. US Agent, no. Kelly Thompson does Captain Marvel. Yeah, tell me when they get back from the future, because we know that future stories don't mean anything, and whatever they learn, it will be explained in the intro of the new comic where they're back to regular reality. The lesson that she learned. Taskmaster, someone told me to read this. I read issue 1. I thought it was average, so I'm not going to pick up Taskmaster. No to Marvel. No to this because they killed Peter Quill, made it seem like a joke. Look, he's back. Oh. Thor gets a no because I'm not a Thor guy, even though I know it's awesome and everyone loves it. Anyone with a brain loves it. I'm getting Champions. I'll get multiple issues of Champions. No to Strange Academy. No to Runaways. When has Runaways ever seeped into my other books? I'm not a Conan guy, but I respect the Conan story type thing, but it's outside of 616. Star Wars The High Republic, issue 2. I'm getting issue number 1. If I like it, I'll get 2. And then every other Star Wars book I'm really not into. The whole Stormbreakers thing, which is weird to me. You can't just brand your... Oh, that's it. Now those are all the comics that are coming out. Like, I broke down why I'm not picking up all of these comics. My hands are doing all the talking. That's my video, man. I am depressed, and I am depressed that I'm not getting the books that I wanted. Like, most of the books that they canceled, yes, they were low selling, but some of those were actually interesting to me. And now I'm not getting what I want from Marvel. And I don't want to just give them my money and encourage, I don't know, decisions I don't enjoy.